right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. Coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports brings us to Southern California and Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Oakland Raiders and our home team. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
And sometimes when you're in the middle of a losing streak, being on the road is exactly what you want. You can only depend on each other. Let's see if they can use that as fuel in this ball game.
So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. To throw his Carr, and he'll find Moreau here. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true #1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat them.
To throw again on second down. Carr, throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On second down, Jacobs. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Here are the starters defensively for the Chargers. They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game...
Now loose football. The ball comes out and picked up by the Chargers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Opening drive fumble, and the 4 miscues that they had last week. 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend.
And, Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, the head coach is going to see that as a direct reflection on his message to the team, and it's not sinking in.
The numbers a week ago for Melvin Gordon. 14 carries, 86 yards. On second down, it's Gordon.
Well, this is where it becomes...
There goes Melvin Gordon. Touchdown, LA! Melvin Gordon, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
On second down now, it's Jacobs, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. throwing his car on third down. He completes it to Bryant. And that will be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So out come the Chargers. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hurry. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Mayfield to throw it this time. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 36, Mayfield. And this one brought in by Sanu. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 15-yard line. From the red zone now, Mayfield. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Mohamed Sanu. His 4th touchdown on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good.
1st and goal. Forget running the football. Forget establishing anything. Just put it in the end zone with the pass for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's the definition of catching the defense off guard there. They weren't expecting that.
And that totally goes against type, doesn't it? When you think 1st and goal from the 1, you're thinking running play.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll get this one up to the 26. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. On third down, Carr. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 18. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Chargers to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll give it to Gordon out of shotgun. Call it a gain of 4 and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
It's Williams on the catch. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Here's Sanu on the catch. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Gordon. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Here's Mayfield. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Mohamed Sanu with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the wideout Antonio Brown. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Carr going to throw. And he's going to go down again. Joey Bosa, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
To throw, it's Carr. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. And they get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. An impressive punt return of 76 yards. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
And as soon as they hand a rookie his playbook, they say you better make your mark on special teams if you want to hang around. I'd say returning one for a touchdown will definitely leave a memory.
Yeah, that's a pretty indelible mark here early on in his career. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On second down, it's Jacobs, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
He's not going to get me. 57's the mic. 50's the mic. Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day.
Carr now on first down. Catch made. It's Moreau. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Looking to throw again on second down. Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And able to complete it to Moreau. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
53's Mike.
Again, it's Carr. This will be caught at about the 6. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Again, they'll throw with Carr. This is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Foster Moreau, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get 1, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. Second quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, so far, just the single catch. Mayfield now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. He's airing it out for Sanu. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee.
Antonio Brown. Kiss him goodbye. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Antonio Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go to the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
The Charger drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, make sure you avoid the crazies out there and welcome in everybody to this Halloween edition of our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where you see the final score there. Marquise Brown, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. 31-13 was the final. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville, see what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Tennessee Titans. Mark Ingram, a touchdown run in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for him.
Now Gordon on first down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he's taken down inside the 30. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Watch the boot, watch the boot.
From the gun, Mayfield. Being chased out left. Caught by Sanu. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Carr now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Here's Carr. Looking sideline, incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. He's been a good game manager. They're winning here in the third quarter, but really the ground game is where it's been at for them, hasn't it?
So whatever the game plan was, you just got to focus on continuing to run the football. And really that takes the pressure off of the guy throwing it around. Doesn't have to be the focal point. Hand it off, let him chew up the yardage in big plays, and your team's winning. The only people upset, the fantasy guys who may have started him at quarterback in their leagues.
And we'll see if they continue with a recipe of the ground game. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
57. Mike, 57. Hey, echo.
Mayfield off the play fake. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Cleveland Farrell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and it's a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job one paramount, because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that was point-counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. The Raiders on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll run with Jacobs. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a decent gain on the ground. Call it 6, but it still leaves them with a ways to go on 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
He's going to look for Allen now, and this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. To throw, Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. One man in the backfield, that's Gordon, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super tough.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Carr throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Mayfield now, finding room inside the 40. Hunter Henry brings it in. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Check Mike 57. Mike. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
On first down, Gordon. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13. Third and long for Mayfield. And this one brought in by Sanu. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop it.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll run on first down. It's Gordon, a pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Arden Key, the ex-LSU Tiger, there on the stop.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
From the 31, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Hey, alert, 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 alert!
Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Here's Sanu on the catch. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that